Well, it's September 1, and we're really excited. September 1, 2017. We're here discussing the future of DACA. And we have some of the faces of DACA. And here in Houston, we're rebuilding after Hurricane Harvey. And we have some of the heroes of DACA. And we want to share them with the president and with the press so that the rest of America can learn what is a DACA. I mean, it's an acronym, but a DACA is a outstanding human being, and I'm privileged to sit here with my coordinator, my co-coordinator, Artemio Muñiz. Artemio?
Jacob, thank you for having me here with you. I'm proud to stand with you here as we attempt to send a message to President Trump. We know he's engaging in careful consideration of DACA, and we believe that there's an element missing to the discussion, especially now that Hurricane Harvey is going on. The perspective of the DACA hero, the DACA contributor. These are young men and women who have received DACA and are either working or going to school, and they're contributing to this country. You know, I think the media has sort of given a negative stereotype to these guys. So we want to bring that perspective.
Absolutely, and one of the things that I think we clarified earlier is DACA kids, they're not eligible for government assistance, and frankly, they don't want government assistance. Hilario, tell us your story, beginning with how old you were when you got to this great country.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Hilario Yanez, and you know, I came to the United States when my mom brought me here at the age of 1. By the age of 3, here in Houston, my mom had no place to live, and so the only place we were able to go was at the Star of Hope homeless shelter here in downtown Houston. I was 3 years old, my sister was 2, and my brother was a couple of months old. But, you know, I'm so grateful for this country for giving me the opportunities. My mom never had an education. She never made it past first grade, and she always emphasized the importance of getting an education. By the grace of God, and I'm so thankful that you know, God gave me the ability to be the first in my family to graduate from college this past year in May. I graduated from the University of Houston with my degree in business, and thanks to DACA, I've been able to live the American dream. Thanks to DACA, I have a driver's license. I've been able to intern at some of the biggest companies in the world, some places that I've never ever imagined that I would. Places like Chevron, you know, who would ever thought, you know, a kid from El Barrio would ever be working at a company like that. And, you know, now, you know, that I graduated, I have a career, I have a place, you know, where I can, you know, build my future. But right now, you know, my future is uncertain just because we're not sure if DACA will be removed or not. And that really worries me because I have hopes, I have future of continue to live the American dream. And right now, I'm not sure where that stands, but I believe in Donald Trump. I believe when he says that he has a heart. I believe that he has compassion towards the dreamers, especially towards this, you know, program DACA. And I believe he's going to make the right decision at the end of the day. And when a lot of people are telling him that he should end it, I believe he's going to be a person with a heart, but also a leader for the DACA community. I strongly believe that in my heart.
Well, I'm like you. There's all this scuttlebutt right now. I think it's fake news. Since he became president, he's acted differently with regard to DACA. And, you know, I had problems with him in the campaign, and I left the campaign primarily because of the rhetoric about DACA. But when he became president, this office has changed him. He said DACA kids can rest easy. He said that they're going to be treated with heart, and I have faith in his word as a man, as a leader. Talking about the most powerful man in the world, I'm optimistic, and I have faith. And you and I have talked a little bit because immigration sometimes gets political, but
I believe in the Republican because, you know, funny or not, you know, undocumented immigrants and the Republicans have very similar values. You know, we believe in family, we believe in faith, and I
want the government to leave us alone, right?
Exactly. So allow us to stand on our own 2 feet, you know, and just give us that one shot, give us that one opportunity, and that's where I'm at right now.
Thank you, Hilario, and thanks for stepping up and standing up for DACA. We're so lucky because we have a whole roster of all-star DACA heroes, and the next guest we have is Miss Magana, who is leading DACA volunteer efforts here in Houston. Thank you for talking with us, Miss Magana. You're a DACA?
Yes, I'm a DACA. I was brought to this country at the age of 9.
So you didn't choose to come here, right? You had to come with your parents.
Yes, I came with my parents. As a child, you're not really given the opportunity of a choice, right? You are brought here with your family, and your family does this to create a better opportunity for you. And unfortunately,
so tell us what you did that has, really caused a big buzz following Hurricane Harvey that happened just days ago. Tell us what you did to mobilize your DACA community.
yes. So after the hurricane and the waters came down a little, I put a Facebook post on my wall asking for volunteers, and I was just mesmerized on the amount of DACA recipients who responded to the call of action. We ended up having volunteers all over Houston, all DACA volunteers all over Houston, serving at local community shelters, at the George I. Brown, and at the George I. Brown, thanks to the support of a nonprofit organization who is local here in Houston, known as Fiel, we were also able to get immigrant families from all around Houston to come and support the efforts, feed those people who no longer have a home, but also give them clothes.
So you're saying we had immigrants volunteering to help other Houstonians?
Of course, of course. I mean, we are Houston, right? Documented or undocumented, we are all Houston. We are all Texas. We're in this together, and this is our city. This is our state. We're gonna be here to protect it and restore, our homes.
How has DACA impacted you personally? How's it, what has it meant for you?
I've always been someone that wants to give back to the community, but DACA has really opened my opportunities and expanded my horizons. Thanks to DACA, I was able to work. I work currently for Houston Community College, and I do some contract work with other nonprofits organizations. But also, it allowed me to have a seat at the table with the mayor and represent my community at large. Which is incredible. It's an incredible feeling. I'm the first DACA recipient and the youngest to serve in the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Board. 23.
23, wow. And by the way, shout out to the Mayor Turner. You're doing a great job. We're with you. And have you met the police chief?
I have. I've met both the police chief, fire chief, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. They're all incredible, and they've all done such a great job with the efforts that we've done here in Houston.
So we're trying to rebuild now. What's your message to President Trump that he might be coming down to Houston? What one thing would you like to send out to him?
Yes, I would like to invite President Trump to come and meet the DACA recipients who are volunteering, who are giving their skills, efforts to rebuild this great state of Texas. So I invite him to come for at least 30 minutes and just have a quick conversation with us and know what we are all about.
And Mr. Trump is a builder, so actually we need him down here. Maybe he can give us some advice, right? I mean, let's rebuild Houston, but let's do it the Texan way. Let's get everyone involved, and bienvenido, President Trump. We want you here. We want to show you what we have to do, but we have every confidence that you're going to deliver in your word.
I agree. I know that President Trump is a man of family, and that is the Texan way.
So the big message, look, there's all this chatter about the end of DACA. Frankly, I don't believe it. I think this is just fake news. I've looked Donald Trump in the eye. I've sat across the table with him. He knows that it's the right thing to do to protect the DACA recipients. He's a man that this office has changed, and we've seen it with his rhetoric on DACA. On the campaign, it was, I'm going to end it day one, and he's already changed. And I have every faith that he's going to do the right thing. It's vital. It's not only the compassionate thing to do. Houston needs the DACA's help in rebuilding, and please, let Trump be Trump on this issue. And if we let Trump be Trump, he's going to deliver and protect the DACA kids. I just know it.
You know, Jacob, I think it's important that as President Trump carefully considers DACA, as you said, that he have the much needed perspective from the Hispanic community. I think in the White House, surrounded by the media chatter and the Beltway mentality, the perspective on the ground, it doesn't reach him. And today we're making that attempt to send a message about what's really going on the ground, especially here in Houston with Hurricane Harvey, where we have DACA recipients who are heroes as first responders, as organizers, helping their neighbors. They want to be here. They love this
As
country.
you talk about heroes, we're going to meet Jesus Contreras, another DACA, who worked a shift that began on Saturday and ended yesterday. I mean, I don't even know how that's possible, Jesus. You're going to have to explain that one to me. But this is a first responder from Montgomery County who has a DACA story to share. And thank you for coming and getting up early, because I know you might have been tempted to sleep.
I was, very well was. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here. Good morning to everybody. I want to, like I said earlier, I want to extend my condolences to all the families out there that are going through hardships and trying to piece everything back together. My condolences to the families of one of our very own, Houston first responders who lost his life trying to get out and help other people. So I came here to the United States as a kid. Came with my mother. We actually lived right across the border. So coming here wasn't the hard part. The hard part was getting adjusted and learning that we weren't welcome at first. Living with that uncertainty that we weren't sure whether we were going to be able to pursue our dreams and do what we wanted to do for the community. Thankfully, by the time I got to high school, by the time I finished high school, I was able to apply for DACA. I was able to do what I wanted to do, and that is become a paramedic. And so now I'm a paramedic with Montgomery County Hospital District. Excuse me. I'm out, on a daily basis helping people, giving them the opportunity to be healthy, taking them to the hospital, being there at their worst time. And honestly, that's what I love doing the most. If I were to lose DACA, I would be to lose my license. I would lose my ability to practice. I would have to tell my employer that, hey, the president got rid of DACA and now I can't work. I'm going to Mexico. That would be just a terrible thing to do. And like these gentlemen, I also have faith. I'm a man of faith, and I have faith that our president will keep true to his word, that he's going to give us nights of rest and of ease from problems like this, because the last thing that we want to deal with is after putting the city back together and getting our communities back together, that we get kicked out of the country. We've seen it in the past with veterans of wars that have been deported, and we would hate to be under those circumstances and be put in those places, be sent back to countries that we honestly don't know. I've never been to Mexico since I've been 6, so what am I going to do out there?
So what about the people that say, so you found one DACA hero, congratulations. Are there other DACA heroes that are first responders that you know of, that are your peers? Can you speak to that?
Very great point. Yes. Like I said, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I do want to mention that there's lots of people that I know personally that are out there doing things that I see as being heroic. I have coworkers that are in the same position that I am. I have a very good friend, Juan Fraga, who's actually in PT school, and he's out, trying to help other people and rehabilitate people. Countless number of family members that are in the same spot, just trying to be productive citizens and trying to do things for our community and our nation. We're men of faith here, and we have faith that this is going to pull through. You said earlier, I hope this is fake news. I hope this is just a media thing, a media scare, and I just want to get the word out there that there's a lot of us out there that are not here to take anybody's money. We're just here to give back to the community help out with what we
the
can.
left sometimes puts out fake news. I can tell you about that, but maybe this is the right putting out some fake news, and don't believe it, folks. You want to wrap it up, Artemio? Sure.
I want to thank the DACA heroes who were here today. We got some incredible stories here. Jimena, Jesus, and Hilario, powerful stories, and I want to send a challenge to fellow Republicans out there who hear certain things about these kids. Look, these guys have some powerful stories. They're contributors. They're not takers. These are guys that want to build, create wealth, and they're here to stay for the sake of this country. And let's think about this, because we are actually, I believe, hurting our own allies when it comes to the future of this country. So let's keep fighting for DACA.